Hello YouTube, how is everybody doing, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Dark Souls. We are on part 9. In this episode, guys, we're going to be dealing with some additional mini bosses and an additional area, and we will be taking on a boss at the end of this video. And the boss we'll be taking on at the end of this video is the Moonlight Butterfly boss, because we have not defeated the Moonlight Butterfly boss yet. So what I would suggest you do, we're going to be going to the Valley of the Drakes. The Valley of the Drakes has a large undead dragon, and there's items that we haven't taken from this area yet. It's an optional area, you don't have to go and get the items, but we may as well, because, you know, all the items, and it will help us out in the game. And there are 6 drakes now. I will give you guys some strategies on dealing with the drakes, on how I personally do it. Okay, so you want to head down the stairs from the bonfire here. Make sure you have a bow equipped with you, and make sure you have some fire arrows, and also make sure you have some poison arrows. Take the elevator down. Okay, at the bottom step off the elevator. And we have been here before. We came here at the start of the game. New London Ruins. Head left here, up the small set of stairs. Now if you have the master key, you're able to open this door, and this leads you into the Valley of Drakes. So go across this wooden platform and go across the bridge here that you see in the distance. Once you get across the bridge here, you will see the dragon, the undead dragon. Now, there are more than one ways to take care of this enemy, but the safest way and the most time consuming way is to just use fire arrows on him. And what you want to do here is you want to aim at its wings, because its wings never move, and just keep firing fire arrows because it's very weak to fire. And I believe if you shoot fire arrows into its wings like I'm doing here, this is the most damage you'll get per arrow, because if you were to shoot it in its neck, you'll see you only get 32 damage points. So you might actually get more if you shoot it in its wings. So 41 each damage. Now, although this is time consuming, it's not the only way you can defeat the undead dragon. You can use fire bombs, and if you're a melee build, you can actually use a melee attack to defeat him. But with the melee method, you have to be very, very, very precise with your timing, because he only has a few attacks. The most dangerous attack, I believe, is his bite attack. It can do a lot of damage. So this is the way I do it. This is the way I've always done it. It's time consuming, unfortunately. Skip the video if you want to, if you don't want to sit through all this, but I'm going to be here for a while. how are we doing for health? Not too bad. We've got him down just over half health, I would say, guys. Just over half health. Yeah. It's doing good. It's doing good. A few more arrows in the wings, and we've bagged ourselves an undead dragon. And it's worth it because you get some good souls for doing this. And I believe you get a dragon scale when you do actually kill the undead dragon. So just keep up the assault. And I say target his wings because if you target his face, his head, or his claws here, if you get closer he will do his attacks, but it's just best to do it like this. Okay, it's not registering now. Come on, game. I mean, I started this off with 200 arrows. I'm lucky if I'm going to have 100 arrows spare. One more, two more maybe. There we go. I have 109 fire arrows. So it's worth it. You get 3,000 souls and the dragon scale. And you can now take the items he was guarding in relative peace. And the items you'll get: a storer's straight sword, dragon crest shield. This is a very good shield for the Moonlight butterfly boss because all of its attacks are magic based, so you'll take very little damage with this shield. And a soul of a proud knight. Now continuing on, you'll come to an opening in the wall as you continue along the cliff here. But that's probably after this drake. So the drakes are actually use poison arrows on the drakes. And poison works really well on the drakes. It takes 5 arrows for the poison arrows to kick in and do their thing, so the only thing with the drakes is you've got to be patient and let the poison do its thing. Yes, it's time consuming, but if you don't want to be fighting the melee and dying over and over and over and over, this is the safest way to do it. But like I said, it's time consuming, so get yourself a drink or get yourself a snack and drink or eat a snack while the poison's doing its thing. You will have to do 2 lots of poison arrows because the poison will deplete its health to around 500 HP and then the poison will just wear off. So you see here we have nearly done 200 points of damage, 200 damage, and it's still going. When it gets to around the 500 mark, the poison will wear off, and at this point when the poison wears off, you will have to do it again. You will have to pump another 5 arrows into him and wait again until the poison finishes him off. So 278, 281, 284, 287, nearly 300 damage. Right, when it gets to 500 we're going to have to do it again. almost at 400 damage. I mean, the drakes have about 11,000 hit points, just over 11,000 hit points each, so if you do decide to take them on, you better have a ton of health and some good defenses and some good armour and some good endurance. If you don't have that, then the poison strategy here is probably your best bet to take down these enemies. Nearly at 500 damage. Keep going. Right, at some point here it's going to stop, the poison's going to wear off. Right, as you see, the poison has wore off at 545. So now we have to do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, and the process starts again. So it's worth it because you're only expending 10 poison arrows per drake, whereas with the undead dragon it was nearly over 100 fire arrows to dispose of the undead dragon. So it's a small price to pay to get through this area unscathed, relatively unscathed, with minimal stress, because this game is very stressful at times, guys. I am just giving you guys the keys to the Lamborghini so that you guys have the wisdom and the knowledge imparted, and you can apply that to your playthroughs in your game when you play this game. So 200 damage. After this drake perishes, succumbs to the poison, there is another 5 drakes. We won't be killing all 5 drakes because it'll take too long, and people are not going to stay here and watch me kill all 6 drakes because it's just going to get boring and repetitive. So I'm going to kill this drake, and I might kill the next one along, which is at the end of the bridge there. I'm not going to kill all 6. I've told you guys the best strategy to deal with them, so just use the same strategy I use here and deal with them that way. There is an armour set on the actual bridge here that we need. It's the bandit's armour set, and you get a shield. We want the shield because the shield is for Blighttown, and it's a poison resistant shield, the spider shield. You'll need this shield when we go to Blighttown. I'm going to just start making my way over to him. Go. He's kicked the bucket, and that's how I do it. That's how I deal with the drakes. Now you can actually farm the drakes for the dragon scales, but there's a 5% chance of it dropping, so it's a very low percentage of them actually dropping the dragon stones, but you can farm them in this area. Once you get the ring that raises item discovery later on, you have a 20% chance of it dropping. In here you'll get a humanity. Actually, I'm curious to see how much damage fire does to them. $14. That's not bad. That's pretty good damage. But yeah, poison's probably the best way of dealing with these enemies. Okay, there's a couple of things. That item there is the armor set that we need. Up on this tower here you'll find a ring, but we ain't getting there without taking damage because we have another 4 drakes to take care of. So I mean, if you can target this one here, which I can't, my arrows are not reaching him, which is not good. Oh, that one reached him. Now this one will actually come across the bridge, but if you can get the poison status to work. Oh, is he gonna get trapped by his brother here? Nope, he's gonna go around. This guy's like, I ain't taking no poison damage. Hell no. I mean, if you aggro him, he will come towards you, but he'll only come so far. So he'll only aggro you so far, and he'll think, oh, I can't be bothered, I'm going back. So you have this advantage over them. Say he's going back, he's like that. Oh, he's stuck. That's good for us. He's stuck. It's just not your day, is it, buddy? It's just not your day. This one's gonna need another lot of arrows soon, so. So, unfortunately for us, he's stuck here. He can't get past this little lip of the cliff here. So he'll stay here and just take damage. My arrows are just not reaching, so yeah. Poison's going to wear off in a minute. Okay, that's hitting him. I can see it's hitting. Yeah, that's definitely hitting. But the poison indicator's not coming back on for some reason. There we go. So, yeah, kill 2 drakes with a couple of arrows. You've heard the saying, kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Well, it's not 1 stone, it's a handful of arrows. And we're killing the 2 birds, which are the drakes. So this guy will hopefully croak it in a few minutes. This guy will need another lot of arrows. Then he'll croak it. Then we can get across to the bridge here. And then we need to devise a strategy for these drakes. I mean, after you've got the armor set and the ring up here. There really is no point in staying in this area, so we may as well just use a homeward bone and just bone out, homeward bone out, and go back to the bonfire. Because we have all the items that we came for in this area, so there really is no point in us staying. Right, so let's give him some more arrows. Okay, this guy is gonna croak it. And then he will croak it. He's nearly dead. Okay, he is dead now. Thank you for your souls. Now we just wait, guys, for this one to go too. It won't be long now, my friend. Death awaits you. Bye-bye.
You are terminated.
Okay, so that's where we've got the humanity. Now, we need to devise a strategy for defeating or evading these drakes. Once you get halfway across the bridge here, you'll aggro the drakes. Okay, we've got the armor set. I'm going to try and take one of them on melee. That's not going to happen, is it? Because he's not going to come across the bridge, so... Okay. Plan B. Do you know what? It's a suicide run. It's going to be a suicide run. Screw it. Oh, hi. Up that ladder. Quick. Stone ring, this is what we needed. Okay, what I'm about to do, guys, is going to go very, very smoothly or very, very bad. But I don't care, it's entertainment. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Right, let's just try and... Okay, that was kind of dumb, but I survived! I survived, guys! Just. That would have been so cool if I killed at least one of them with that plunging attack. But I didn't. I heavily damaged all three, if you saw. But I didn't manage to kill all three. But that would have been the icing on the cake, that, guys, if I killed all three with that drop attack. That would have been an epic power slave moment. People that are probably watching this are probably going, "You're friggin' insane for doing that," or something. Hey, insanity. If it's entertained you guys, I've done my job. Even if it's insane or not. So we have what we've came for. I think later on you can also get another armor set here, but you have to summon an NPC to get the armor set. So once you get back across here, we're going to head back to the bonfire. And once we get back to the bonfire, I'll explain why the shield we picked up is helpful for Blighttown. So we're back in Firelink Shrine now, guys. Let's go back to the bonfire and get all 10 Estus flasks back. Oh, I thought I would get a level up, but never mind. Okay, so the two shields we picked up. Get rid of this now because we don't need our armor. Bow and arrow. The shields we picked up is the spider shield. Now, upon reading the description, shield of the savage mountain bandit, uniquely shaped with a large black spider etched on it, has resistance to poison. Now, Blighttown is an area you're gonna have to go through at some point in the game. You can't avoid it. You have to go through Blighttown to ring the second bell. A lot of the enemies in Blighttown will either use poison on you or toxic. Toxic is worse than poison because toxic just eats away at your HP. Poison just slowly eats away at it. So this spider shield, if we can upgrade it a couple of times, we'll stand a better chance surviving in Blighttown than if we just had a normal shield equipped. So this is a must-have if you're going to Blighttown. Get it upgraded to at least a 3, +3 or a +4, because it will save your hide in Blighttown. Blighttown is an area, it's not the worst area in the game, but to new players they will begin to hate it really quickly. For me, the worst area in Dark Souls 1 has got to be the catacombs, but we won't be going to the catacombs until much later on in the game. The catacombs is a very pitch black dark area, and you'll need as much light sources to get through the area as possible, but more on that later. So we picked up the Dragon Crest shield from the undead dragon, and we need this shield because it's magic resistant. Where are we? All this junk. So I would recommend equipping this now. Because when you go to face the Moonlight butterfly, you will need this, because it will just lessen the damage that the butterfly can actually do to you. And as for armour, the elite knight armour is probably your best bet, which is what I'm currently wearing. But the butterfly is not a difficult boss if you have lightning pine resin or fire pine resin. So now we're gonna take on the butterfly. We're gonna head to there. When you come back this time, if you've defeated the bosses we've defeated up to now, you'll get 3 new NPCs. Let's have a chat with Petrus.
My guests are finally nearby. I will be departing shortly, so I'm afraid I will be saying goodbyes. It was a pleasure. Oh, hello. Miracles, I presume. Yes, I come again. The effectiveness of cheats depend upon more faith.
Okay, so this NPC here that is kneeling, she is very, very important because she'll sell you miracles later on in the game. I could say what's about to happen, but it's going to be a spoiler, and I want to keep my Let's Play spoiler free, so I won't be saying what happens, but people that have played this game millions of times already know what happens. But these 3 NPCs here, they're going into the catacombs to fulfill something, and without saying any more, because if I say any more it'll spoil it, so let's go ahead and talk to her.
You were undead as well. No time to scrutinize. I have my mission and you no doubt have yours. I must not let this guy overcome us. Did I not explain the urgency of our tasks? Or are you so uncouth as to lack such judgment? By the looks of you, I should think not. Did I not explain the urgency of our tasks?
Okay, that's all she says. That's her dialogue. These 2 guys here. Let's talk to this guy first.
What have we here? Unicorn running ragged. Time's a grim. The least you can do is not sharp. Don't dare my lady like that. You might scare her off for good.
Okay, this guy just mocks your fashion sense. It's like, really? In a game like this, you're just critiquing my fashion sense? Really, dude?
You again. What business have you? Don't suppose we can help them. We accompany my lady on a righteous mission. Here's private shop, but I'm stuck with her. And if goes, I can't know what about her now.
Okay, let's talk to this guy. What? What did you say? English? English, do you speak it? Oh, I don't know. I haven't got a clue what he's mumbling on about. Anyway, it's not important. Up here we go, let's go back to the butterfly. And I think what I'll do is, I've not done this in the Let's Play yet, but what I will be doing is showing you how summoning works in this game. So, new people to this game, I will show you what exactly you need to do to summon. Just kill these enemies if you want to, or just run past them. Alright, head down here and head past Blacksmith Andre. Go back into the dark root forest. All the way to the bonfire in the dark root forest woods. Kill the trees if you want extra moss. I have plenty, but a few more couldn't hurt. So I'm going to have to kill these two trees. Alright, up here, if you've unlocked the passageway, there's a bonfire. Okay, so now I'll explain how summoning other NPCs work. What you have to do is, at a bonfire, okay, what's going on with my leg here? It's like dislocating itself. It's dislocating itself here. Look at this guy's like. Choose the option to reverse hollowing. Offer humanity and reverse hollowing. This will turn your character human. Now, what you may as well do while you're here is select the Kindle option. Now, what this will actually do... What's going on with my foot here, dude? What is going on? Is this a glitch or something? And my character just decides to cock his leg up to let off a nice healthy fart. It's like, oh yeah, needed that. So select the option to Kindle. This will use another humanity and you'll strengthen the bonfire, which means you get more Estus Flask usage. It will stay at 10 until later on in the game. Later on in the game you will get 20, the maximum amount of Estus Flasks you can have. So that is how you turn your character human. That is how you kindle bonfires. So now, as you can see, I'm pretty, I'm handsome, I have chiseled good looks, I'm not undead anymore, I'm not zombified. But this comes with a price. If you're playing online and you are in human form like this, you have the chance of getting invaded by other players. So if you don't want to get invaded by other players, play the game offline and stay in undead form. So there's the butterfly up there. That is what we are going to do now. To get to the actual butterfly, you're going to have to come through here. trees. Waste all the trees. Chop them up for firewood. There should be 3 or 4. I think there's 4, but one doesn't aggro unless you go in there. Right, pick that up. That's fine, okay. We've already been through this area. There's a couple of giants in here and a couple of trees. Kill them or avoid them at your leisure. If you want the souls, kill them. If you're not interested in souls, you can just avoid them like this. And you want to keep going until you get to the part of a building here that's all crumbled and broken away. There's another giant here, but just ignore him. There's a summon sign here, and it's Beatrice, so summon Beatrice. Okay, you have to die now for that, good sir. And while she's being summoned, I'll just kill this giant. So Beatrice will actually help you in the Moonlight butterfly boss fight, and it'll just be so easy, this boss fight now. I don't normally summon people or NPCs, I try and get through the game on my own. But if you're really struggling, there is that option, guys. And that is basically how summoning works in Dark Souls. But you have to be in human form for it to work. So what I'm going to do is cake my Zweihander in lightning resin, and we're going to take on the boss. When you enter, the first thing you want to do, equip that shield I told you about, and Beatrice will already be taking on the boss, firing magic spells. If you are a melee build, you cannot really do a lot to the boss until it lands. But if you're using magic, you can do exactly what the Beatrice is doing, and it'll die instantly. Look at the damage she's doing. The boss is nearly dead. So yeah, very easy boss with magic. Very easy. And you get Soul of the Moonlight Butterfly. I didn't have to do anything. So yeah, it was kind of a waste of a pine resin, but okay. It's a very easy boss with magic. But even if you're doing a run where you're not using magic, you just wait for it to land on the side of that bridge, and then you two-hand your weapon and then just hack away at it. That's how you do it. That's how you defeat it. Magic is very self-explanatory. You just fire soul arrows at it until it dies. Okay, up here you'll get another ember, I believe, from this blacksmith that has been petrified. So unfortunately you can't save him, but he looks very familiar, doesn't he, guys? He looks like Andre. I think it's the same model they used for Andre the blacksmith. And you get the Watchtower basement key and the Divine Ember and a Homeward Bone. So the Divine Ember comes into play much later on in the game, so what we're going to do now is use a Homeward Bone. Okay, this will bring us back to Darkroot Garden. Now, if you're in human form and you die, you will revert back to your undead state, which means you will not be able to summon NPCs until you turn yourself human again. at some point I will probably be undead again, because getting through this game without dying once, I would say that's a very, very great feat, but I've never been able to do it. I'm not a master at this game. I would say I'm experienced. I know some things from watching other YouTubers play this game, but I'm not a master at this game. I can't do like all the runs that are on YouTube, but I may attempt it. I may attempt it somewhere down the line as a new way to play the game and a fun way to play the game, but who knows? Who knows? I'm full of surprises, guys. Okay, so there isn't really much left to do now. We killed the majority of the beginning area bosses. So the next thing we're going to be doing in the next video, we're going to be going through where we killed the Capra Demon, and we're going to be going through to the depths. There's a boss waiting for us at the end of the depths. Once we've killed that boss in the depths, we will be going to Blacktown, finally. So that is where you will ring the second bell. The Blighttown videos, I'm just going to give you guys a heads up now, they will probably take a little bit longer because there's more to do in Blighttown, because I'm going to try my best to get you guys all the items in each of the areas. I'll try and get all the items in Blighttown. I might miss a few, guys, but you know, I'll try my best. So there's actually one area left before we need to go to Blacktown, and it's the Asylum. So the Asylum is an optional area, but it's worth going because there's a ring we need there that will help as well when we do go to Blacktown. So we have one more video of preparations for Blighttown. Okay, so Petrus has gone, but he will come back. So if you didn't get all the miracles, don't worry, because he will come back. You'll have another chance. So that'll be the next video. The next video will be going back to the Asylum and taking care of the optional bosses and the optional enemies in the Asylum. Once we've got everything in the Asylum, we're going to be going through to the depths, defeat the boss awaiting for us at the end of the depths. Then you have two routes to go into Blighttown. There's a shorter route and there's a much longer route. I'm going to be going through the longer route and the more dangerous, because they both lead to the same area, but I'll go into it in the following videos. So everything that probably doesn't make sense now, but it will do when I get to the videos and explain. So that is going to be it for this particular video, guys. Hope you guys are enjoying the content. Don't forget to hit the like button and leave me a comment in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take it easy, be safe, bye for now.